What's going on, y'all? Juan here, and today I want to talk about the Tentacle Sync Track E audio recorder. This entire segment is recorded on the Tentacle Sync Track E just to give y'all a reference of what this audio recorder sounds like right out of the box. The first thing that's special about this audio recorder is how small it is compared to other traditional wireless transmitters. As you can see here, the Tentacle Sync Track E is relatively smaller than this audio limited A10 transmitter. This audio recorder is wireless, but it doesn't necessarily work like a traditional wireless lav system. Everything you record is sent directly to the body pack, so you don't have to worry about dealing with radio frequencies, dropouts, and so forth. All the recordings are made at a 48 kilohertz sample rate, which is pretty much the standard for video. Another great feature is the ability to record 32-bit float, which provides wide dynamic range recording capabilities. I see this audio recorder being used primarily by up-and-coming filmmakers and entry-level sound people, so this feature really comes in handy when you're wearing a bunch of hats and can't pay the best attention to the audio. With 32-bit float, you can recover your recordings back to a decent state if you record it too low or too high. Since you can recover your audio with 32-bit float, the limiter function is disabled when you're using this feature. If you want to record on 24-bit, you'll have the limiter feature available, but you'll still need to make sure your levels are set correctly to ensure you have usable audio. The Track E also has a low-cut filter to help you mitigate background noises such as air conditioners, fans, and other annoying things that fall on the low end. Before the release of the Track E, Tentacle Sync was always known for their Timecode generator units, also known as the Tentacle Originals, which are their first generation timecode generators, and their current ones, which are the Sync Es. With their Tentacle app, which is available on iOS and Android, you can easily connect your Track E device to control it via Bluetooth. Another cool thing you can do if you own the timecode generators is the ability to jam your Track E device right on the app once you have jammed your camera, so everything all reads on the same clock. If you want to jam the Track E via wire, you can do so through the 3.5mm microphone input. The last thing I want to talk about before I get into the cons is the battery life. The Tentacle Sync products have always been known to have great battery life, and it's no different with the Track E. Tentacle Sync states that the units get about 10 hours of recording time, and that's about right with my test of letting it run on record. The Track E has an inbuilt battery, which can be replaced when needed. I've heard that the batteries can last up to 2 years with very, very heavy use, which is not bad at all for a unit this small. You can replace the batteries yourself by purchasing a replacement kit that runs around $20 USD, which isn't too shabby either. One of my gripes about the Track E, at least with the US units, is the inability to truly live monitor the audio while recording. You can use headphones to hear how things are sounding before you hit the record button, but once you do, you won't have the ability to monitor your audio anymore from the unit. Before firmware 2.0.3, there was no way possible to monitor if there were any issues with the audio when recording in general, but Tentacle Sync provided an answer to that problem. While it's not perfect in terms of being real-time, I do appreciate the update that allows you to monitor the audio via the Tentacle app. There is latency, but at least you can hear when something is wrong, such as clothing rustling, the mic not being plugged in properly, and so forth. You have the option to listen in with the earpiece or loudspeaker monitoring options. The next con about this unit is the build quality. These devices are primarily made of plastic, so you definitely want to treat them with a bit more care. I've owned the Sync Es for quite some time and have dropped them on occasion and never had functioning issues with them, so I'm not too concerned if this Track E takes a moderate spill. I personally hate dropping and dinging up my gear, so I naturally try my best to keep everything in tip-top shape. The last con I want to talk about is the included lavalier mic. It's not bad, but it's not great either. In all fairness, I can't expect this included lav to sound something along the likes of a COS 11D or DPA for the price point. These microphones alone cost more than this entire Track E package, so yeah. The included lav has a higher self noise than the other lavs I outlined, so I personally would use a better lav to get the most out of this unit. I am grateful that they don't force you to use this lav with having it baked into the unit, so you do have the freedom to use other lavs that have a 3.5mm lock-in TRS plug. Overall, this is a very solid audio recording device for its price point, and it has a very easy to use interface, which is always a great thing. The Trackie is definitely catered to people who don't want to deal with wireless systems that they may find complicated and intimidating. This is perfect for up-and-coming filmmakers and YouTubers looking for a compact and solid audio recording device they can use, especially if they replace the included lav with something a bit better. If you found this review helpful, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, make sure to hit the comment box. Until then, peace.